Yeah, you were seeing the comments in the other one good, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Okay, we're not live yet.
Yeah.
Now we
It
are.
says we're live now. Yeah, I'll just wait for the
Comment.
chat to get up.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, we're live. I did. Yep. Now share. Public. Okay. Right,
Yeah,
we're
you have
back.
a double echo. Yeah, we're back.
Ah,
You may
really?
have to, once you get, if it's shared, may have to just exit everything else out because you may have, if you have your Facebook feed on and if the lives are not manual, they could be going as well and it creates a voice loop.
I know I already turned it down, so that's good. So,
Perfect.
hello
Yeah.
everybody. This is part two. We got cut out, and we're back because that's what we do. um,
Yeah, yeah. We are invincible. Nothing
exactly,
stops us.
exactly. So
And
please,
every
people, share it out because there were quite some people in the live. Let's wait a bit. Share it out to the groups. I cannot share in my groups. I cannot comment in my groups or in other groups, but certainly not in my own groups. So help me out. Share it in Lightworkers, please, and with your friends. Uh, what else? Um,
yeah,
that's it.
with any and all, yeah, if this resonates, just share it. And what I wish to say again, we did part one, we're on part two, but this is very extremely important information that we are sharing with all of you at this time. And so, having said that, this also assists everyone in their healing modalities and in the new heightened gifts that everyone has, and of course, much more. So
Mm-hmm.
share it wherever you wish.
And I thought it would be nice to do an activation at the end. So just so you all know, stick around. Uh,
Excellent.
yeah.
So
So I was saying,
should we pick up? Yeah, you were at the
yeah,
lady.
let's
Yeah.
because I was speaking about the lady in Holland, right? Tal and me, we and we did things before, but now we really focused on bringing these two frequencies through us, which would create a third frequency. And um, we explained that to her so that she knew that that was coming. And so whatever she could pick up or feel or experience, just be there, be the observer. Don't label it, don't try to understand it, but just see what you see, what you feel. And she reported, and we did that for 15 minutes, 1 5. We just focused our attention there fully with our heart. And I speak, I really speak to it's also to keep myself fully connected. But I also know
Focus.
that it really works
Yeah. Yeah.
because what we think
Yeah.
and say doesn't need to travel. It's already there because we are all one. So thought doesn't need to travel. Think about that. Thought does not need to travel. It means when you think about somebody, it's instantly have an effect. So that is really something to ponder after this life. So what she experienced
Absolutely.
was a vibration in her whole body that she never experienced that before. And she came through Femke, and then She experienced a deep relaxation, which she also never experienced like that before, and she fell asleep. And 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 so she felt amazing afterwards, you know. And then I sent her the invitation to freedom, which is a meditation of Muji, which I recorded in my voice with light language and some special extras. But it's his invitation. But nevertheless, she got it right away. You know, like the first time she listened, she experienced something she didn't experience before. And so she wanted to continue the next day and the next day, and because this is what it does. She could not wait for the next time to do it again. So
Yeah.
Everything together, it's consciousness shifting, it's expanding in the spot because you feel something. How is that possible? Because we are sitting here and you are in Holland. We live in Israel, and there's no physical contact there. How is that possible? Because it's science, and that's where it's going. And you and I, Rick, know that for a long time. And people told me, "Yo, man, you're nuts." And but the results don't lie. And so it's really something that we really should look into today, because every thought you have
Mhm.
is doing something. It's creating a frequency, a vibration, if you will, and everybody around you is affected or infected or by it. So um, most of our thoughts are even unconscious or subconscious. So there is something to discover, and it's a very interesting journey. So our consciousness really is above all medicine, genetics. Even we can change genetics. It's called epigenetics. There's something above genetics. What is that? It's the power of thought,
Well,
power of belief.
uh,
And so if we believe the wrong things,
absolutely.
then we are creating those things that match that. And so, and we're like, how come my situation don't change? Because something here didn't click. Like, you can eat the right food, you can be health food number one, but if your mind is still in lack or anything less than the divine being that you are, you will experience those things still.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, thank you, Mike. I'd like to go back on several things you said. And of course, I'm always ready to jump in. But let's go back with the instantaneous result. You know, you and Tal were in Israel, and this Divine One was in the Netherlands, and instantly it was there. And what I need to say is that for us, the highly evolved ones with this, we transcend all space and time. And in actuality, our abilities are beyond even the speed of light. And this is one of the reasons why we can travel consciously and energetically in time and space. We are not constant nor restricted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a very important attribute of any that are healing. This is your abilities. And as Mike is saying, with the consciousness, once you are aware that you have this actual ability, once you begin to test it, then you receive your confirmations, which eradicates the doubt. And the doubt is what separates you from your abilities. So the more you practice, the more that you will get the confirmations that you're able to do this miraculous healing. And you know, as Mike says too, it's science. It's already here. So this is really nothing new. It's just putting connecting all the dots together, being the spiritual, let's say, I'll go beyond a spiritual, your God spark connection, making that pure connection, and that is where the strength is at. And then you power up and go from there and apply it.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah. So very miraculous healing, and you spoke a little bit about the frequencies again, Mike. So if I understand this correctly, and as I'm explaining from another perspective, please interrupt if you need to. So our understanding of healing, this divine one assisting in the Netherlands, for example, you and Tao came together aware consciously of your energetic healing abilities. So you combined the masculine from you and the feminine from Tao, the mother and father aspects, so that you cover all aspects of the healing frequency. So it's all inclusive. You're not just healing, let's say, something in the feminine energy of the one that needs to be healed, and you're not just healing one thing. With this combined healing effort from two, consciously adding their energetic healing abilities together, it becomes all inclusive. Then, so when you join together,
actually you get the full codes of the male and the female that are both aligned. And so you get all the codes you need, really.
You have, yeah, so then you have all of the codes because you're consciously connected. You're focused on doing a healing. You already know who you're going to focus on. So you join, the codes are here. Then what occurs, you begin to hear the frequencies. And there will be two frequencies that each one of you and Tao, for example.
Just to interject, we're not doing a healing. I don't come from that perspective. So that's very important for people to know that, because if you would work with me, I would tell you I'm not here to heal you. There's nothing to heal. There's just things for you to see, to become aware of, to pay attention to. So those frequencies are helping you with the physical things that need attention so that you can work out the things consciously, but you have to do those things together. Otherwise it will come back, whatever needs to be healed. So it's not a healing, but we call it like that because, but just to make that clear. So we are coming not from a healing place. It's more actually bringing those, actually we are creating that field and clearing your field to match that field so that you may receive what is there for you, because it's there for you anyway, but you cannot receive it.
So we can,
you would.
So yeah. So can we say then it's an activation of their own healing abilities?
Yes. Yes. It's actually a deactivation of all the shields and all the stuff that we have to not have this connection.
And if we look at the word healing, really it's an advancement. When one is healed from something lower, it is an advancement.
I rather say the body expresses a cancer, it just goes back to the previous state, right? That's how I see it. It's not getting better or
yes.
Healing. It's just it's going to a state where it didn't exist yet. So that's how quantum healing works. They bring you back to a state where you didn't have the cancer yet. So if you can imagine that, you will go back to that previous state where it didn't exist yet. So that is not a
Well, yeah,
healing.
and
It's actually a rebalancing.
yeah, yeah. So you can there's different ways to perspect this, and I was going to say we need to look at also the individual, which is okay. We won't say healing, the one that is getting the healing, the activation. We need to look at the individual that is getting their own abilities activated. So, and would you agree, Mike, what sustains that activation after you and Tal have activated someone higher is they need to have the belief within their self, and they need to be aware of, let's say, also their conscious thought, because they need to, if they believe strong enough that they don't have any doubt, it does work because they are activated to the higher degrees that they will not regress back in to their prior state. So it does, it takes a combination also, you know, with the organic bodies, with ones in the beginning, uh, all of the problems with the organic vessel is caused by the diets and what you drink, more or less.
Yeah,
Now you also
and the
have
body.
the energetic.
Yeah, continue. Sorry, the body also has
Yeah,
memory.
yeah, yeah, indeed.
Continue.
So you know, it's to practice. Yeah, to practice, to maintain. If you're one, for example, that is activated slash healed, I like to put the healing in there, Mike, because what we have, let's say, within the masses and within a lot that are introduced to the spiritual or the energetic, the metaphysical um, healing, they identify again with the word healing. So to, let's
Yeah, but
say,
it is a
yes,
dualistic
it may
word.
be a label in a,
It is a dualistic word. The word should be holing then, maybe, because you are really getting the truth of who you are will heal you, really. So you will never be sick again, also, if you embody your true essence.
however, if I look at, if you put that word you just said out to the public, and if someone needs healing, they would not even know that that was a healing because they are familiar with the term healing. So to assist ones on that level, for I feel the word healing is in there, and it's just in how each one wishes to define the word. But I don't, for all sakes and purposes, in anything I do, I don't wish to complicate too much the words. I
Mm.
will keep, sometimes it is important when the words are dealing with negative energetic effects. For example, calling children kids. No, that opens many gateways, and don't use that energetic word. However, with healing, if I'm to look at healing, it has a positive momentum with it, and ones can identify with that.
Mm.
Just a perspective.
Yeah, I
Um,
get you. I just come from the perspective that if you use that word, then there was also an illness, and I don't come from that place. Like with anybody that will work with me, I will say we will never discuss your illness again because that's a diagnose, that's a label that you got, but you were never really sick or ill, so there's nothing to heal. There's just things to become aware of. So I understand that we call it healing, but please understand or understand that that's not what you're doing, because you never really were sick. And if you get that, then your healing journey suddenly becomes a whole different journey. It's not that you're out to fix, because most people are out to fix something, and they're not seeing that they are doing it themselves, and that they need to fix something that they're doing or not doing. So, and even that is not true. You don't have to fix, you just have to become aware. So for me, that word is really important, but I understand that we use it.
Yeah,
But just
you
to
know, the
explain.
ultimate, yeah, you know, if one is consciously acceptive and aware to the degree that if they understand that they can just say to themselves, you know, even if they're feeling ill, if they say, I'm not sick or I feel fine, this is the ultimate, as you're saying, to heal themselves. However, again, they do need to be in contact with the cells in their body to be able to do this. And these are, yeah, these are higher ways for one to activate or heal oneself higher. But okay, instead of getting sidetracked too much on the definition of work, I feel getting off track here.
Yeah, so you were speaking about the two, the male, the feminine, and the masculine, bringing those two frequencies together. That's what you were speaking about.
Yes, again, and that was several minutes back. So bring the two genders of energy coming from the physical feminine, physical masculine, to bring them together with the conscious intent to find the frequency that changes the reality within the one that is healing. And again, to change that reality, it is changed in the consciousness as well. Um, I need to go back a little bit because of what occurred. Now I need to change the terminology of how I was going to explain this. Yeah. Uh, Nevertheless, okay, I'll try it one more time. To keep it simple, the masculine and the feminine unite forces, energetic forces, to come together to create an energetic space with a focus to assist another. And so when that aligned focus is there, what occurs then is this is very funny. Uh, Perhaps I'm not allowed to share this. You know, at this time, this important thing with healing, each time we get interrupted, I'll just drop it right there for now, and maybe we'll come back to it. Yeah, come in, Fem. Uh, you wish to just say hello?
Hey.
Hi.
I was just coming in to ask if I can have the bus to pick up Milan. So if he can maybe move you inside.
Oh,
He is
okay.
cold. He's on the skate park.
Oh, okay. So interesting again. Yeah, we get interrupted. Let's. Okay, we need to stop this show. And Mike, I'll speak with you on the phone. As for the audience, I feel, Mike, will we continue this shortly? Try another
Yes,
episode, or
of course.
and label it
Let's
part 3?
let's
Okay.
do a whole season in one day.
My Lord, yeah, we have so much to share, so we'll come back. So everyone, we'll be back sometime soon today. So what do you think? About a half hour, Mike? Come back again and do
Yeah,
another
perfect.
segment?
Perfect. I can
Okay,
make
well,
some.
remember where we left off. And perhaps when we come back, we'll have it all together to explain this. Woo.
All right. I will not
Okay.
interrupt you.
Love and light,
Okay, peace
everyone.
out.
And we'll be back. Thank
That's
you.
about it.
Love and
Bye.
light, brother. Hey, bye now.
Ooh.
Woo.